Distinguished authorities, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Diego Varela, and I am the Vice Chairperson of the Codex Alimentarius Commission. Please receive kind greetings from Chairperson Steve Wern and Vice Chairpersons Raj Rajasekar and Alan Asagele. As I am also the Director of the Chilean Food Safety Agency, please receive warming greetings from the Government of Chile and the Minister of Agriculture, Esteban Valenzuela. I would like to first start by saying that my comments are my own, based on my experience as a Chilean delegate to many Codex committees, as a former Codex chair of the Codex Committee for Latin America and the Caribbean, and then more recently as the vice chair of the Codex Alimentarius Commission. So the opinions that I will share with you today do not necessarily represent those of the Codex Alimentarius Commission. I am truly sorry I was not able to join you physically, but by the time this panel takes place, I am on my way to Suriname to participate in a workshop organized jointly by FAO and CARICOM to strengthen Codex in Caribbean countries. I had the privilege to participate once in an EU FOST World Congress in Brazil 12 years ago. I was a consultant in food safety for the regional office for FAO for Latin America and the Caribbean. And it was there when I realized that I was able to capture the magnitude of what EU FOST is. I was invited today to participate in this panel on nutrition sciences for a better food classification scheme to improve public health. So I will address the first question that comes to mind. What does Codex have to say about processed and ultra-processed food products? My reply is that there is no definition in Codex for processed or ultra-processed foods. You could find some discussions in committees such as labeling, additives, nutrition, or even regional committees. But so far, no consensus has been reached as to what is a processed or ultra-processed food product. The absence, though, of a definition does not prevent Codex from working in all food products. Because, as the Codex Procedural Manual says, in the section of General Principles, the scope of the Codex Alimentarius includes standards for all principal foods, whether processed, semi-processed, or raw, for distribution to the consumer, and materials for further processing into foods should be included to the extent necessary to achieve the purpose of the Codex Alimentarius. The next question that might come up would be, so when will Codex work and agree on a definition? And the answer to that is very simple. When Codex members, meaning countries jointly with observers, first agree on the need to have a definition, and then obviously agree on the content of that definition. To be honest, I don't know when that will be or even if it will ever happen. But if that conversation starts in Codex, some questions might probably emerge. Questions such as, is a definition needed? And if so, why? Is there scientific consensus as to what is a processed or ultra-processed food product? Would a definition assist in protecting consumer health? Would a definition facilitate trade? So now, having addressed the issue of processed or ultra-processed foods, I would like to introduce a topic which is closely related to that one and also closely related to this panel. And that is the work that Codex has been doing in new technologies applied to the production of food and also new food sources. And for short, we call that NFPS. Discussions began when FAO and WHO called the attention of Codex to NFPS, saying that they have been tracking a number of emerging opportunities and challenges affecting agri-food systems with relevance to food safety through their Foresight program, and that it might be a matter of time before the word new is dropped from the term NFPS, and those food products and those new technologies become more available and mainstream. It is therefore important for Codex to be proactive and future-proof, ensuring that it continues to contribute towards the global public good. Codex then considered the issue to be of relevance and started by making a first diagnostic about this situation, identifying which NFPS were already out there on the market or might be in the close future. So we started by identifying some NFPS, and we asked and got a lot of information, truly interesting information available on the Codex website about seaweed, microalgae, edible insects, cell culture-based food products, plant-based protein alternatives, and 3D printed foods. We agreed in Codex that at the moment there is no need to create a new committee, a special committee for these new food sources, and that the committees that currently exist are able to manage the eventual workload that the new work proposals for NFPS would create. And we are now starting to get more action around this issue. So just to name a few examples, Singapore has worked hard and will present a work document on cell-based meat for discussion at the next session of the Commission. There was a recent discussion in the Committee of Fats and Oils about microbial omega-3 oils, which have been increasingly considered as a sustainable commodity with huge potential to address specific needs of food and nutrition. And there is also an ongoing conversation about the potential need for general guidelines or recommendations on nutritional profiles for plant-based food products, or you might say also products that might seek to imitate or replace animal products. So if you ask me, there is much to be done. NFPS still need to address some challenges before being massively present on the shelves. But we also need to consider that NFPS is not one category. There are many different technologies, many new food sources. Some will come first, some will take more time, and some might not even make it to the shelves. We also might have the occasion in which some technologies will merge. So taste, price, sustainability claims, capacity to scale up, and in the context of this panel, nutritional profiles, nutritional claims about NFPS need to be resolved. I believe that they will be resolved, and these types of food products will be a tool to help in the transition to sustainable food systems. But there is much work to be done, and the science community must be present and active, and I am sure that EU FOSS is a great partner on this journey. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great discussion, and thank you, Samuel, and the whole EU FOSS team for allowing me to participate remotely. All the best.